Well, welcome back, guys. We're up to part 13 of Let's Play Breath of Fire 2. I'm Dine, call me Dine. And in the last episode, we knew we had to fly somewhere, but we have no means of doing so. However, Nina gave us the hint on exactly what needs to be done in order to do that. But to do that first, we need to warp to Wyndia. It's still nicely landlocked. It would take too long to walk there, even if we go from a beach. With the quickest route out having been taken, let's go ahead and put Nina back in the party so she can do what she has said she's going to do for us here. Well, Stan Bosch and first Nina. That was fine with formation. It really doesn't matter who else you bring here right now. They won't be doing a whole lot of fighting. This is all Nina. I'm sorry, but entry is prohibited. Royal orders. Tell His Royal Majesty the King that Nina is here to see him. Nina? Should I know that name? I don't care how you do it, but tell the King I need to speak with him. It's of the utmost importance. You're starting to annoy me, Miss Nina. Who are you and what is your business with the King? Stand down, Sir Guard. Allow her and her entourage to enter. Your Majesty, surely you can't. I order you to let her enter, and don't call me Shirley. Please excuse this guard. Come inside. There are legends in Wyndia that speak of the Black-Winged One. The Black-Winged One is the harbinger of despair. When she of black wings is born into the royal house, disaster will come upon Wyndia. That is the prophecy. But her wings are pink now. And so, in the name of protecting this land, every child born into this world with black wings must die. It is a law and custom from ancient times. But your father and I cannot bring ourselves to do the same to you, Nina. We deceived our own people to protect you, Nina. We told them you would perish from illness, but in secret, we left you in the care of the Academy at New Haven. There are those in this land who fear you for your wings, Nina. They would not hesitate to kill you in the name of the prophecy. Your exile from Wyndia was for your own protection. But time and circumstances are heartless creatures. Your father has fallen deathly ill, and any moment could be his last. He and I both wished dearly to see you again. Mother, you've become a splendid young woman, Nina. I'm so proud of you. Go to your father, Nina. He's waited for you for so long. I will. So things have taken a bit of a dark turn here in Wyndia. But, at the same time, it was the circumstances that allow us to enter the castle. As for where the king is, not here. So things have been going pretty bad here for quite a while. And hey, Leo, how you doing? I'm gonna be a bit serious for actually pretty much this whole episode, so I probably won't be paying too much attention to the chat. Well, let's see what we can do to loot the king's drawers first. A moondrop! Oh, thank you, your majesty. I'll put it to good use. Father.
That voice. It can't be. Nina, is that you?
Yes, Father. It's me.
Father. I don't deserve to be called that. Not by you. Not by anyone.
Speak now, your majesty! You cannot allow the Black-Winged One to survive!
You can't be serious! She's our daughter! Our Nina!
The Black-Winged One is the death of Wyndia! You know the prophecy!
The Black-Winged One, my own child. How could this be possible?
The story of the Black-Winged One is purely myth and legend. Surely you would not murder your own daughter over this fairy tale!
This child will bring about the destruction of Wyndia, your majesty. This must be done for the sake of all of Wyndia.
Nina! Father! Father! Look, Father! I have wings now! Oh. Father? Father, something wrong? You look so frightened. Father? Father? No doubt the king's heart is screaming right now.
I was too weak to be a proper father. I chose the path of least resistance, sending you away instead of keeping you close and protecting you myself. I suppose to die rotting from the inside like this is a fitting punishment for my sins. How you must hate me.
I could never hate you, Father. Living my life away from you, Mother, and Mina has been hard, but I've become stronger from the experience. And if you hadn't sent me to New Haven, I would never have met these wonderful people I feel honored to call my friends.
My dear Nina.
A missionary from the Church of Eva wishes to speak with you, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, we bring the word of the Lord Eva to the far corners of the globe. We call upon your people to pray to the Lord Eva that your health may be restored.
So you say.
If you give us the power, if you give us your blessing to spread the word of the Lord Eva in your kingdom, surely he shall reward you for your faith. He shall take your illness from you and restore you to strength.
You will do no such thing.
Pardon? I must have misheard you. Surely no one would reject the glory of the Lord Eva and thus invite damnation upon himself.
I have no quarrel with the Church of Eva. There is much merit in your gospel. But even a king simply cannot force his beliefs upon others. I thank you for your concern, Sir Missionary. But I have no intention of endorsing the Church of Eva as a state religion.
You will live to regret this decision, King of Wyndia. The Church of Eva's influence grows even as we speak. What could you hope to gain with your hostility towards us? Well, the fact that you're threatening him doesn't help your case, bucko.
I don't need prayers. My daughter has returned to see me, and that is all the miracle I could ever ask for. Again, Nina, I must...
Sir Physician, I have a request. I need you to open the door to the basement.
What? You can't be serious. You would use that. That power was sealed for a reason. If you use it, you can never return to your human form. I cannot permit you to do this.
You must understand. Father's life, no, the fate of the entire world is at stake. I must obtain that power.
All right. I can't hope to understand into why you want to do this, but I trust your judgment. I'll have the entrance unsealed for you.
You won't regret this. The power of the Great Bird is sealed beneath this castle. If I can become the Great Bird, I can carry us across the ocean to the cathedral. Let's move.
In 10 minutes, we have seen pretty much everything Nina has gone through in her whole life. And she does not offer one word of complaint. In fact, even now, she's willing to sacrifice herself for the sake of her friends and the world. Now, throughout this Let's Play, I've stated many times that this game's incarnation of Nina is my all-time favorite video game heroine. And beating out characters like Samus Aran and Wyndia of Mist, they're my favorite characters from Nintendo and Final Fantasy, respectively. I'll be the first to admit that her design makes her very nice to look at. She is gorgeous. But let's take a look at everything the game has put her through. First, her own people call for her to be put to death because of her black wings when she's still just a child. And while she's exiled instead, sent to the academy in New Haven, it's basically a boarding school with no outside support, no contact from her family, growing up completely alone, completely different from those around her, and no doubt surrounded by a bunch of jerk-ass kids who tease her for being different. I know because I grew up under the same circumstances. When I grew up on an island, being who I was, basically being the complete nerd I am, made life a living hell all the way through junior high. So I know how she feels in that regard, just because I was different. And when she does finally get contact from her sister, said sister's kidnapped, she ends up coming far too close to having become the slave of a demon in exchange. And by breaking the rules of using magic outside of school in self-defense, she likely got expelled. Nothing ever comes about that. That's just a personal theory. But she basically had no place to go to. So she saves the life of her sister. She joins up with Ryu's team. And even back on Wyndia, she's still treated as an outcast by her family. Of course, her family does not want that to stick with her. But, of course, they have to keep up appearances, something that her mother continues to regret. And despite all that, and what happens a bit later in this video, she does not give up. She does not voice a single complaint about her lot in life. She was alone, but she toughed it out. Ryu and Bosch grew up in similar circumstances, but they had each other as best friends. Now, ever since first meeting her, she always continues to do what she feels is right. She helps out the party's quest, and basically becomes kind of a big sister figure for everybody. There's a concern from the other party members, becoming good friends with Lin, standing up for herself, and helping Ryu find his father, and at this point even being willing now to sacrifice herself to open the pathway for her friends, for the sake of the world and doing what's right. She is beautiful, strong-willed, and does everything she can with the gifts and talents she has, and never complains or angsts about her own personal struggles. She loves her friends and isn't afraid to stand up to fight against anyone who would dare harm them or her family, no matter what they've done to her in the past. And yet, the game certainly does not portray her as perfect. She has her inner doubts and fears. She is afraid of herself and the prophecy about her black wings, but she never once accepts that idea and fights it to the very end until she learns the truth of what her black wings really mean. And we're going to find that out a little bit later, if I remember correctly, what's done in this translation. Now, she is this game's best example of character development done by the show Don't Tell fashion, and quite possibly one of the best examples I can think of in video game history. If I could have one wish that would allow me to have a strong, noble woman by my side, she would be the one. The one thing I'd love to ask of her would be to allow me to help her with her own burdens, so she wouldn't feel like she had to always carry it alone. She is the first fictional character that I seriously came to care for and fall in love with, for one, and set the foundation on how to learn to see other characters from other series in that same light, especially with very few characters before or since receiving the same kind of development. That is why I love Nina. That is why she is my all-time favorite video game heroine. I have never once thought of a character simply as just being a figment of someone's creation as much as... Now, let me reword that. I have never once thought of seeing any character with as much development as character as her as just someone's concept or creation used in a video game. To me, she is a person. And she taught me how to look at other characters in that same light and help them to determine which ones have become my favorites in the same regard. So, I thought that speech was going to be a little bit long, but it's obviously not long enough. But I'm quivering right now. I never imagined I would have had to defend my love of a fictional character and make it sound plausible. But I think I made my point pretty clear. If you guys in the chat agree with me, that's awesome. I need to catch my breath here. And that's one of the reasons why I feel that the character development for half the cast in this game is wasted. Because for Ryu, Nina, and now Rand, the fight against the Church of Eva has become personal. Ryu lost his family. We found out that the demon god that they're fighting may well be the same god worshipped by the Church of Eva. And Ryu lost his family, his whole hometown lost their memories, and he grew up as basically a street urchin because of them. Now, he wasn't alone. Of course, he was with Bosch. Now, Rand, he left home of his own free will. Now, even though he kind of regretted going home and getting chewed out by his mother, the fact that she was taken of her own free will and they tried to use deceit to claim that she had changed her mind and started worshipping the god of Eva rather than Namanda, is what really pissed him off, because he knows how strong of a woman she is. So it's become personal for him. And of course for Nina, Her father's on his deathbed, very likely as a result of a curse, and the Church of Eva is using it as an excuse to try and horn in on his territory. And even now, as she prepares to sacrifice her humanity, it'll serve as a token for the rest of the party on just what they've had to go through. And it's something they will never be able to forget because of her. And it's just really sad because every character in this game gets a focus, but in the end, a lot of it is not necessary. Bosch is probably on the most borderline, simply because he's one of the ones who starts to make the connection after Patty's arrested, and his name gets cleared, but Trout still becomes a demon. Now, the only reason for coming here is this storm ring is an excellent weapon. The actual main dungeon is fairly short unless you come and get this. Now, I'm going to try and reduce battle encounters from now on, now that I'm done giving my speech, which I actually wrote up yesterday. Which is the main reason why I sounded somewhat organized. I'm a lot better at writing than I was speaking. This is why the game gets so good. As each character has to go through their own developments, and especially the three that I mentioned, Ryu, Rand, and Nina, they know they have to go out and save the world, but this game is the first JRPG that really, really brings home it is not easy. There's going to be loss, there's going to be sacrifice, there is going to be pain. But in the end, they still achieve their goals and do not forget what they've had to go through. That is why this game is the best of the Breath of Fire series. The others are good, but they don't drive the point home as well as this one does. And in the end, the game doesn't flat outright tell you this either, because this is the game where you have to read between the lines. The Super Nintendo is full of great RPGs. They tell the story, but they give you the story, but it's up to you to tell it. Now, when I was in junior high, I was really getting started writing fan fiction. It was really just kind of inserting an original character into the story, not really having him be kind of a Gary Stu sort of thing. He was in there as an observer and a bit of a participant as well. It started with Final Fantasy VI, and he ended up crossing continuums into different games, mostly into Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy IV, and the first two Breath of Fires. Breath of Fire 2 was his final stop because I had him fall in love with Nina, and he wanted to stay. But that was really my take on observing these games and just seeing what kind of story are they telling. So that's basically what really helped me to see later games in the future, thinking, okay, is this story driven by plot or by character? And that's what I'm looking for in Final Fantasy 13 as I play through it right now. The plot is garbage, but the characters, I'm only in Chapter 5, I'm starting to see excellent character development. A lot of people complain about Hope and what a whiny prick he is. He's a 14-year-old kid. He saw his mom die before his eyes. He's never fought before. And by Chapter 5, he's ready to take points, ahead of Lightning. So I'm willing to give this guy a shot. Especially after Lightning had to get knocked around by Odin for a little bit in order to say, hey, don't abandon this kid to die. And oh god, was that battle hard. Back to Breath of Fire 2, we're on our way to what we need to do. I should probably just do more than auto. I'm getting my butt kicked by not paying attention. Fortunately, this dungeon is not very long. It actually takes more time to get to the storm ring than it does to get to where you need to go. And this is going to be a long video. I didn't turn my timer on, but I know how far I want to go. So we come back to the beginning of the dungeon here and make our way downstairs. It gets pretty linear from here on out. Yep, we just talked to that statue with Nina in point.
Mortal child, know that if you proceed, you must face the trial. Do you accept this challenge?
She's Nina, she accepts.
And proceed, Nina.
Now, if you come and talk to these statues, you'll learn more.
You will never be able to return to your human existence. For some, that is the same as death.
Now, it's actually not necessary. These stones just kind of get in your way. There are enemies in here. Unfortunately, this is where the storm ring really comes in handy. Because the enemies in here are weak against wind. Just have some healing items on hand. Keep your HP topped up, and this isn't too problematic. Yeah, that's why I got plenty of vitamins. I'll drop a smoke bomb. Just to save face. Yeah, wind robe, and I think there's one other chest in here. That is a very nice boost for her. Mild drop in wisdom, but that's okay. And from the last video, it took a while, but I found the fishing spot that I could get to with Tapita, and it had basically the best armor that's available at this point, including the best shields in the game. But for 50,000 Zenny a pop, thankfully I know where to go from now on. Ah, so close. There's our critical hit at when the enemy's mortally wounded already moment. But I want to talk to these statues. I almost always avoid these. Just to get through the area faster. Oh, come on. And I can get around, thankfully. Oh, no! Wrong command! I haven't done that in a while, either. One Typhoon ought to be good enough against these guys. But yeah, the battles in here, one-on-ones aren't bad. It's battles like this that can hose you. Fortunately, I'm faster than they are. And this should take care of all of them with the needle puffer, unless I get lucky.
Just as planned.
Now, as I was saying during Act 2, that whole segment does feel like the game is just padded out. But once you get to this part, the whole experience, and I dare say ordeal at some points, becomes worth it.
Nina will perish, and the Great Bird will emerge in her place. All your memories of your life before will vanish forever.
Let's try Blizzard here. I have to keep my AP up, of course, because there is a boss fight to do in here. Still one-on-one. We still have some statues to talk to.
The power of the Great Bird will return your body and soul to a primal state. You will cease to exist as a human, endowed with memory and intellect. You will be as a mere beast. Not as, you will be a mere beast. Leave this place, foolish mortal.
Now these rocks just get in the way. Come on, get a death blow, Nina. Show them how good you really are. Or take it slow and steady. This is my imagination talking. But just every time I encounter a harpy, I can just see those two flying around lobbing attacks and magic blasts at each other. Done very cool anime battle style. This is when imagination really starts to make things even better. Of course, which is why I started writing fanfiction when I was younger. I just wanted to do my take on how things operated. gonna take another 3 rounds unless he heals himself again. Oh, so close again. But I'm taking this slow because I want you guys to think what she has to go through right here. You have everyone warning her, don't do this. You're going to lose your identity, you're going to lose your memories. But she still doesn't stop.
So you have come here seeking the power of the great bird, have you? Arrogant child, your efforts shall be in vain.
And even these statues are completely warning. This is just a dumb idea. It's a nice increase in vigor, but the other items are better. Oh, excuse me. Since we finally got everything in here, we can head for that door. Thank you, game. I fought enough of those guys. Probably won't be able to run from here. These Valkyries are too fast. I'm worried if it casts Typhoon again, I could be in trouble. I should be able to take it. And drop another smoke bomb. Those things don't last long enough to really be worth it. Did I talk to this one? I did. And this one.
This is your last opportunity to turn back, Nina. Are you willing to sacrifice everything to become the great bird? If that is so, then there is nothing more I can say. Farewell, Nina.
And another statue.
It is our purpose to protect this power. What reason do you have to seek it?
I wish to unravel the mystery behind the events folding in our world. To do that, I need the power to cross the heavens, to fly to distant lands. So you seek this power to save the world? Yes. Arrogant child, what makes you believe that you can save the world? Certainly you don't believe that one person can take on the evils of the world and hope to succeed? I can try. I will protect this world and everything that is precious to me, or perish in the attempt. Reminds me of one of my favorite lines from Lunar Eternal Blue. I'm going to save Lucia or die trying. Bold words, child. Let us test your resolve in combat. Then we got Nina's big one-on-one battle. We want to unleash Typhoon. I do believe that is the strongest attack against this creature. Ha ha! Now it's... yeah, I two-shot it, it didn't even hurt me. Now it's fitting that in the original translation, Nina's special ability is called Will. She has got enormous willpower, is the best way to put it. Splendid work, Nina. You have well earned this power.
Nina obtained the Wing Seal.
Oh my goodness, am I looking into a mirror? You. Congratulations, Nina. Allow me to introduce myself. I am your ancestor. Oh my goodness, she's like Lynn, she doesn't wear pants! Ancestor? Yes, the resemblance is striking, isn't it? You look so much like I did once. Please explain. You see, it is my fault the power of the great bird vanished from our people. It is my sin. I fell in love with a man who was not of Wyndia. This act thinned our bloodline, and over time, it weakened our people. Our wings diminished in size, and our legacy, the power of the great bird, vanished into myth and legend. And so, now you know the truth. Tell me, Nina, do you still intend to sacrifice yourself to save those who are precious to you? Of course. Then everything is settled. You are quite possibly the first Wyndian in generations worthy of this power. Your heart is strong, your will adamant. That said it better than I did.
But I do have one last question. By choosing a man who is not Wyndian, I sacrificed the powers of our people and changed our fate forever. Do you forgive me for that? I do. Thank you.
Now that actually brings up something I don't remember where it's revealed, but Ryu x Nina in Breath of Fire 1 is canon. Nina's black wings are a result of her dragonic heritage. Every once in a while, there's someone in the royal family born with black wings, and unfortunately throughout time, the meaning got somehow changed, and the original knowledge was lost. So Nina's black wings are not a harbinger of doom. It just shows she's a complete badass. Who knows how little dragon power she has in her, but she's got it. And that is the truth of her black wings. Not a sign to be feared, but a token of great strength. And I should probably rearrange my order. Bosh, what are you doing in the front row? Let's go ahead and drop a smoke bomb. And get out of here. We don't need to do any more fighting. I said we don't need to do any more fighting, game. You made me mad. And now that I think about it, I never showed off Sten's Inferno spell. You fought long and hard today, Nina. Let your friends take care of it on the way out. That's what we're here for. We're a team. And thankfully, we're out of here. Okay, Sten, we'll finally let you use that spell we got, what, 3 videos ago now? At least 2. I lost track. This is the 4th video I recorded this weekend. And it's been a good stretch. Alright, now there are other things you can do in the castle, not a lot. What do you have to say, Queen?
Who could ever believe that our Nina could bring about the downfall of Wyndia? Faith in that which can't be proven can be admirable, but when it causes one to hate without reason, it's only madness.
She brings up an excellent point. I've been watching SF Debris' reviews of the Next Generation, and his basically the video on the Prime Directive in Star Trek is excellent. When it turns from an idea to a dogma into a religion is when it becomes dangerous.
I have returned, Your Majesty.
I'm glad to see you back safely. Did you obtain the winged seal?
I have it right here.
I see. Then I suppose all that's left is to prepare for the ritual. I'll take care of that for you. You get some rest. You've had an exhausting experience. Sir Physician, please escort Nina and her company to the guest room. This way, Your Highness.
I can't remember what voice I did for that guy, but that's okay.
Nina, are you still there?
Father, I'm doing this to help.
Don't throw away your life for this old man. You know as well as I what will happen if you use the power of the Great Bird. I cannot allow you to sacrifice yourself for my sake. Answer me, Nina. Would you sacrifice your life to use the power of the Great Bird for the sake of saving the King of Wyndia?
There is more, Father. Much more. My sacrifice could help save the entire world. That's why I choose to become the Great Bird.
Spoken like a true princess, Nina. Very well. I give you my blessing. I'll never forget you.
I'll never forget you either, Father. Even as the Great Bird, I'll remember you for always. Farewell, Father. I wish you good health.
But... oh, we haven't seen you in a while. What are you up to, Nina? You're behaving like an RPG hero. But... missed something, and my shaman transformation's been undone. There's nothing there. The wing seal is missing.
Mina must have taken it. What is she thinking?
Well, we must go here to where this door is now lowered. Just ahead is the sacred tower. It's only used for ceremonies and services of great significance. Well, gotta rush upstairs. And indeed, this is not good. What are you doing, Mina?
Mina, what are you doing? Open this door right now! I never suspected a thing all that time. You were exiled from the castle because of your black wings. Mother and father wanted to do the right thing, but they lived regretting their decision every day. What are you saying, Mina? Mina, open the door! I would never have known all this if you had to become the great bird. I wouldn't even know that you've been risking your life to protect this world. I can't fight by your side, and I can't save our father, but I know that you can. The world needs you. Wyndia needs you. Not as the great bird, but as Nina. Please don't do this, Mina. Open the door! I beg you! I'll help you to save the world the only way I know how. I will become your wings. Nina, promise me you'll always think of me as your little sister. Even if I can't call your name, I'll hear you every time you call mine. Nina! Nina!
When I said there'd be sacrifice, when I said there'd be pain, this is it.
Mina, no. I was supposed to do this. Damn it. Damn it! Look at me, sister. Now I can be your wings. It makes me happy to think that I can help you for once. Save the condolences for later. I can cry after we stop the demons, not 1 second before. Mina gave her life to give us wings with which to fly. We must honor her sacrifice and continue the struggle.
And with this, the whole world is open to us. No fetch quests, no therapy pillow, nothing. With Mina having given up herself, we can go right on to where we need to go. To the Cathedral of Saint Eva. But we can't just rush in there. We need to make sure we're well stocked and well prepared. We have no idea what's going to go on inside. Mina, we won't let your sacrifice be in vain. Okay, we are topped off. Now's a good time as any to save. Let's get in there. No idea what we're going to see in here. Things look kind of peaceful enough. What do you have to say, townsfolk? So the church got you a girlfriend. You were healed. So these people aren't that bad. They're just people looking for answers. if they're good and pure, and people accept them, then they likely be successful, especially if they do good things. But we've had far too many questions to just accept that blindly. And item shop. Better top off on smoke bombs. Old Granny, funny pharma folk. Did she come by her own will? Was she forced? Tell us. You're just repeating what you said. Well, we now know for certain that Daisy was indeed brought here. We have to learn more. Let's continue gathering information. Okay. You don't sound a whole lot enthusiastic about your position there, Priestess. Well, here's the main cathedral. It's kind of dumb of us to be just charging up in here. One of the most faithful followers. And we can't get in. Now that we know what the city's like, at least we can head out and regroup. Because someone told us of a kind of a resistance movement that was south of Pharma. So let's head there. And we can't leave.
Scarecord!
It's impossible to leave the city. What's going on here? Their hearts are empty. As I thought, the whole thing was just a ruse. Something's up. This isn't good. If we're trapped here, we'll probably end up like them. Praise be to the Lord Eva! Huh? You're not with the church at all, are you? Don't panic. The name's Claris. I'm not one of those brainwashed church drones either. I'll help you get out of this place. Follow me. Oh no, we're gonna have to go into the toilet again? The Cathedral of Eva. Every worshipper of the church dreams of praying there. But there's something wrong about the people in this place. It's like every one of them has had their soul sucked out. That is we, suspect the cathedral is nothing more than a front. This place is a factory for transforming human souls into fuel for some nefarious purpose. I came undercover to Every Eye for the purpose of investigating the cathedral, but... they're coming! This toilet will take you outside. Once you escape, head south from Pharma and you'll reach Kato. Talk to my comrades when you get there. Good luck. I hope we will find alongside each other in the future. Get going! Well, back into the toilet we go. We've done this once before. Couldn't be any worse. Now, this is a one-shot dungeon, and I really don't remember how much treasure is in here. But at the end, there is a one-time item that you must not miss. It's the key to getting some of the best equipment in the game. Titan and Armored Cancer. These guys, we're finally at the point where, when I mentioned back in the desert, it brings up enemies that are well ahead of what you need to fight at that time. This is them. And at this point in the game, again, I'm over leveled. This is where you want to be at least level 30. And as for getting out of here, it's a little bit of a maze, but there's no boss. Just an insane encounter rate. Did Ryu have the Holy Scarf equipped? Double check that. Excellent. I got far. Just run, thank you. Those guys are tough, but they're slow. And they followed us anyway. I'll try one more.
Well, if you're not going to let us run away, I'm not going to show you any mercy. Of course, that's the only shot I can get off a dragon ability. And it was enough. Double check these stairs first. Okay, that was easy. Don't forget to search this chest. A token. Maybe I would... How'd you get back there without me noticing? Oh, this is puzzling. I was supposed to have to ask you to stay the night. Hey, we climbed through a bathroom, we smell like crap. We got a free night at the inn. Hopefully bath included. Now, I was thinking that what I was looking for was in that chest back there, but it's right here. Okay, so it's not permanently missable. It's the best fishing rod in the game, and pretty much the only one you can use to fish up treasure chests buried in fishing areas. And the start of the next video, before we continue on with the game, we're going to cover those particular areas. And actually, before I finish up, I want to showcase another thing that you can access once you have the Great Bird. It's just east of Every Eye. It's the best regular weapon and armor shop in the game. So, in terms of not being Manila, not being someone who will sell stuff to you from Township. So let's see what we can do here really quick. So, nice boost, but we got some very... Yeah, go ahead and replace the Storm Ring. Armor, the Mother Robe's better than the Brave Armor. Now we got the Mask of the Sun, so Ease 4 lives. But you definitely want this upgrade. Get everything you can for everybody as quickly as you can, and I think I got trade happy there. I should not have oh, I'm gonna have to go get another Airy Shield, aren't I? Oh well. But yeah, the Airy Shield I bought from Manila, and it's the best shield in the game, but I accidentally sold or used, so I'll just have to go get another one. I need to... I've got a lot of prep work to do before the next video anyway. I'll just make it part of that. If I had saved at the end, I would just reset there, but oh well. Well, we'll go ahead and go back home to regroup for now. So, all I have to say is what an episode. This is where the game really starts to set itself apart from all the others of its time. Again, cementing itself in its position as the best of the Breath of Fires. So, I've been Gunnar, I'm Dine, call me Dine. You guys have a great week. I'll get things ready for the next video. Hopefully record more than one next weekend as well. So, again, have a great week. And if life is giving you a hard day, don't be afraid to eat your pudding with a fork. You guys take care.